Good morning, y'all. Your balls deep into your coffee. Be careful with that. Might be at your detriment. All right. Let me check my calendar and some notifications here quick. All right. Rochelle should have an account-wide firewall setting so I can block Claude and OpenAI from terrorizing me, not one by one. I will share that feedback right now. And I actually, it's funny you say that. Well, it doesn't solve account-wide firewall settings. I am looking to solve potentially if you're using the same domain across multiple teams and projects, applying it at the domain level rather than the project level. It's probably more useful for like larger companies that are customers, but all right. Feedback has been shared internally. Jesus. All right. So where did we end yesterday? We got Dynamo set up, if I recall. And we have some schemas going. Oh, my cam is off? God damn it. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with this, but ever since I did the OSX upgrade, my freaking webcam has not been auto starting. There we go. There we go. All right, so we've got the ability to get transactions, and I think we saw this working, right? If we run bun, or was this still, I don't remember. Bun run source main. Okay, so we have duplicate index defined in model found in access pattern. Oh shit. Okay, we gotta fix that. Let's see here. By Splitwise, by YNAB. Here we go. Well, there's by expense ID. Is it on sync transaction? By Splitwise expense ID. By expense ID. It's the same thing. I don't see where that's happening. Um, $439. What are we doing wrong, chat? Oh. Rip. Is that right? Or does this need to be GSI 1? I think we gotta do that, right? Then this will be GSI 2. Right? I'm almost positive this is right. Now I'll probably have to do that for all of these. Dang. All right. So those should be good now. And then the last one we have to update would be YNAB. Or we did YNAB. We need to update sync transaction. Nope, that's good. Splitwise, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, did we get them all, I guess? Man, I fucked up my pinky somehow. All right, let's see if this is better now. All right, missing data, expected AWS region. Okay. Actually, no, we want to do this, and then we can go over here, and we'll go in here. Just gonna blur quick. We'll say AWS region is going to equal US East 1. Very quick alt there, duram below. Great. And let's try that again. There we go. All right. So those are these are splitwise transactions. These are YNAB transactions. Okay, that looks good, right? So what are we doing in here? We're getting YNAB, we're getting somewhere we're running code. I don't know which file we have another fetch happening somewhere. Where the hell are you? It's probably in Splitwise, effect client. Yeah, right here. All right, so if we go over to main, theoretically, we should be able to start doing like a sync here. Oh, Anders, I need to respond to you and Matt. We are shipping a complete change to the project domains page, hopefully this week, early next week. So this page will be completely different, and we shipped a change yesterday that lets you do exact search here. So if I have like a domain, what's down here? R10 dot, pretend I'm like one of our multi-tenant customers with a bunch. If I do R10 production dot Vercel dot app, and I do a search, damn. Either way, we have exact search. It's not fuzzy searches. Oh, it's because it's prod. But it's exact search, which feedback from multi-tenant customers is that will work for now. So we can search this list now. That is not it. This entire page is getting a facelift rewrite. That is in progress. Let me see if I can dig up the one we spoke about. I don't remember what one we spoke about. I'll send you Meg's designs though. Hodl. Hodl. There's got to be screenshots. I don't want to have to open Figma. Okay, I'm just going to open Figma quick. I'm in the wrong Figma. Yeah, I'm in the wrong Figma. I think I just crashed Arc. I just crashed in mini Arc. Oh, we might live. Chat, Arc might pull together. Let's see here. Which screenshot can I show here? So chat can get a preview of what we're cooking. It's gonna be something like this. I don't know if this is the exact, this is close to what the final design will be. So that will get it fixed. And this page is like, God, I hate this page. It's going to be so nice when this is like this, dude. It's going to be so much nicer. Oh, dude, I've got my meeting I had yesterday with you know, the one group of people. I've got excellent news on what it means for our domain's pricing. I'm very excited. The Guillermo man will be very happy when we report back. Okay. Let's see if we can do like a legit sync here. I'm gonna pull up my old script here. Do I have this downloaded? I do not. Let me go grab that code. But the other crazy thing, Unders, is that this page is one of our most expensive pages on the dashboard because of how chatty the network tab is under the covers. And that's going to get fixed this week too, which is going to be huge. Like, look at this. It's freaking insane. Okay. What are we listening to? Is this... I'm vibing right now. We should do a weekly stream of our domain issues and my annoyances with other companies who don't follow RCs. Reese and I are actually talking about doing a weekly Vercel Domains office hour stream on like Thursdays or something. So I think we might actually do that. We could probably do it like in the mornings too, if you wanted to join. My repositories. Week 1. Why Anders hates alias records. Honestly, I think that would be good because I feel like a lot of devs don't know a lot about domains and DNS. Like I feel like we all kind of know at a high level what it is and what it does, but like I feel like most devs like mental model of DNS is just like a distributed hash map. Um, I think there could be some good stuff there. Where is this budget stuff? Budget. Daily budget report. What is this? I was writing Go 7 years ago. Oh, dude, I did used to have a script that did this. I wonder whatever. I don't even know. This might have been deployed on Heroku and just died. LOL. I forgot. Dude, there's so many repos in here that are just so old. Uh, Hilarious. Hold on to me now. YNAB. Splitwise sync. Here we go. This is the one we want. And I want to clone this. We're going to come over here. We'll create a new tab. And we'll go up. Do a little git clone action. Throw that in there. Come back over here. Dude, that's hard to get to with my pinky. All right, we want to go up, YNAB, down here, into here, and we want to follow our old sync logic. All right, so code on the right is the old code that we are working on rewriting, and code on the left is obviously new. Oh, I do have logic for handling the first time we sync. I'm gonna ignore the initial sync stuff, but all right, we get that. And we need to go in the other direction, right? So we want to do, let's see here. Let's say we're gonna eventually refactor this out to a class or to another module, but let's say get get splitwise expenses, and we'll say that's going to be a const. This is going to be an effect. Effect.gen function star that, and here we'll do const splitwise is that yield our splitwise client, and we'll get our notifications that we have to map to const. Let's see here. I kind of want to put this in the middle of the screen. Something like this. Kind of a Zen mode. What is our, whoops, center 3/4? Yeah, there we go. I like this. All right. So we'll get our notifications. Notifications is going to be yield star splitwise. Let's close this tab. Oops. This will be splitwise dot get notifications. And then we'll have those, right? We got notifications, and we want to map those and get the, let's filter map. Let's go up here and we'll import array as r dot filter map. Can I filter map? Filter map while applies a function to each element of the array and filters based on the result, stopping when a condition is not met. Interesting. I guess I could just flat map. Oh, filter map. Wait. Yeah, filter map's what we want. So we'll get notifications, and then we'll get a notification. And really, we can pluck out of this the type and the option dot sum. We'll just do this real quick. What are the other fields we have on this thing? We need source.id. Yeah. So we want source, and then in here this needs to be something like if type is equal to let's just say 0 for a second. Return option dot sum source dot id, possibly null, from nullable. Do that, and then we'll return option dot none to filter. And let's see here, we need to the types. Where was that? That's in the API documentation. Don't need you. I want this quick splitwise API docs, and we want to go to the notification API. Are you enjoying EffectTS? Yet to try it, but we'll do soon with Bun. Yeah, I love EffectTS. I don't want to write TypeScript without it. Notifications, here we go. This is exactly what we were looking for. That I just somehow collapsed. Very good. Let's just copy this, and we are going to go into our schemas quick. Schemas, and we are going to do, let's paste that as that. And we'll say we want a schema that is say we have this type, and it's going to be notification type, and we're gonna have AI do this because I'm lazy and I don't feel like doing it. I need to work on adding AI back into my workflow a little bit. Create this TypeScript type where it's a string literal union of the type name in snake case. Beautiful. It's exactly what we wanted. And now we're going to sort this. There we go. And then we want a schema that's like const notification type schema is going to be schema dot literal. We'll have it fill this out now. Fill out this schema. Schema dot literal takes dot args. Yeah. Good job, AI. Take that. Paste that in there. And in fact, we can get rid of you, and we'll just infer this from the schema, right? We can say type notification type is going to be type of notification type schema dot type, or yeah, type, right? And we go look at this. Yep. Now we need a schema for const notification type from number, and this is going to be a schema dot transform or fail, and we're going to transform, this is first one to, okay, we're going to transform to a notification schema, and we're transforming from a schema dot number. And then we need to add our strict will be true, our decode, and we'll come in here, delete there, we don't need all that, and we'll just throw to do for now. And then we'll have encode, we'll do the same thing, throw to do. So there's that. From A is going to be this, so when we decode, is this backwards? This feels like it might be backwards. Yeah, it is backwards. There we go. So this will be number, which will be a, we'll just do number. And then we'll do, how do we want to do this? We can do a lookup map. Create a JS obj lookup map between the integer values and the types. Yeah, 100%. This is where AI shines, to be honest. So in here, we're going to do, this is a record. We need to widen the type to make this useful. So it's going to be a number to a string. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, we can do that. And here we'll come in and we'll say const maybe notification type is going to be, we'll use our option type, option from effect, and we'll say dot from nullable, and we'll do our lookup map. Right, we'll grab this guy, we'll index into it with the num, and we get this, right? And we'll say if option dot is none, maybe notification type, we're going to return a parse result error, parse result. Parse result dot fail. And this is going to get a parse. Do we have parse results in here somewhere else? No. I forget how to do this. Parse result dot parse issue. What's this get? Parse result dot issues. I don't want to go look at the docs. Parse issue. How do I get to parse issue? Export type. There we go. Where's the parse result? Parse result, parse result, parse result. Here we go. Parse result dot type. All right, so remind me later. We say we create a new instance of that, and this takes, what's this take? We need the AST, so ignore that one, and AST is the third argument. Yeah, or is it the second one? No. It's going to take the AST, and it's going to then take a actual, which is the number, and then it takes a message. We'll say, whoa, deletes around that, and we'll do num is not a valid notification type. So then we know that this is a sum, so we can return maybe notification type.value, and we'll return that as a parse result succeed. Right? Some non-nullable. Yeah, we get the, if we get the sum out, that's the value. Do I have to yield this? No. What's this upset about? The customer just did the smartest rug pull ever. He gave me the wrong invoice number, asked for a refund on it, and now said, oh, that was wrong. Can you refund this one, which is correct? Sheesh. Bamboozled. Type string is not assignable to type. Oh. There we go. And then this is going to be a notification type. And we're just never going to... Well, I guess we can encode it. That's fine. Is there a flip? Record.flip from effect? I want to flip values. Whatever. This is something we'll just have AI do. Flip, create a new record that goes from type to num. I'm planning on getting Neuralink implemented in my brain, just need G to approve it. Could you imagine if I had Neuralink? Dude, I would be even more distractible. And we'll just come here and do the same thing. And we can basically use the same logic, right? Like, just come here, and then down here, we do a quick little, this will be notification type. And we'll ignore the options, and we'll get the AST. And actually, this can't fail. We don't even need that. We can just do return, what do we call this? Notification code map. Notification code map. And we pass in the notification type. Okay, fine. It is parse result dot succeed. All right, so now we can encode and decode from 26K. We'll say this is going to be schema. We'll yoink that, come down here, say const this, delete that, equals a thing. And we'll say the schema will be the value. The hell? How did I get into that? The fuck? And then we'll get a decode. Const I don't know what to call this, but we'll do schema.decode. And then we'll pass in our schema. And we'll call this decode notification type from number. And we'll do that. And then we'll have decode. And we'll do that. And then we'll have basically the same thing. And this will be encode. And we'll come over to here. And we'll do encode. And now we can go in both directions. In fact, I don't know why I just didn't inline these. So let's just do that. And then we'll grab the encode, do that, view in Word, delete find the equal, get rid of that, we do this, delete this guy, and that should be happy. Great, we export this, add a little as const John on there, back over to main, and then we can use that over here. Right, chat, check this out. We are going to, how do we want to do this? We want to lift it to an option. So let's say we're going to, let's just underscore this while we think about how we want to implement this. This is going to be notification type from number dot decode. We're going to get our type, and this is going to be a effect, right? Yeah. So maybe we don't run this yet. And then we say here, effect.filter map, filters and maps elements sequentially in one operation. That seems right. Does this take notifications? Maybe I still yield that. Yield star that. Yeah, okay. So then this is going to take filter map option dot is some. Okay. We're going to take u, and we'll get this function here, and we'll throw that there, and we'll just say option dot is sum, and we'll do 1 for now, and see what this is upset about. I think this just has to be effect.succeed. Maybe. All right, hold on. I need to look at the docs for filter map again. So filter map takes an array of effects and then a function which takes the OK value of the effect and returns an option sum or an option none. Is this, oh, this is not a, I see. That's not what we want. Decode. So this is going to give us a array of effects, right? If we come here and we do in here we do return effect.gen function star that in there. We move this up to there, we do this, underscore that again, and this is going to yield that. This is more like just map. In fact, we could just pipe on this, right? And then we could do a effect dot and then, and we can do that's our array of those. Yeah. I think we can do our function here. So we'll write this. Const we can come in here and we can basically get rid of this, and we can yoink from here down to there, and we can put that right here, paste that in, get rid of the X. Yeah, this is our effect, right? We can get rid of this. And then what's this end up looking like? Option.num. And we get the notification type. And really, we would just want to map this. Delete to Y. We'll clean this up in a second. I just want to brute force it. We should filter map though. All right, let me catch up on chat quick. Make this sound less bitchy. You should look into this effect thing. What up, Vafi? What up, Akoya? So we'll take this and we can pipe on this, right? We'll clean this all up and make it more imperative here in a second, because this is hard to read. But we'll get, I just want to brute force my way through this. So we get into our pipe over here, and we're going to effect dot on error. We're just going to take this and return option dot is none, I think, or none. Yeah, we'll oh, this has to return so not what we want to do. How does on error work? I don't know how on error works. I should figure that out. on error. Where's that handler? Handler on error cause console. So it returns an effect that returns void. So that's not what we want to do. We want to catch all, I guess. Catch tag. And we want to catch a parse error. And when we catch a parse error, do we get a second value here? Changing this. Parse error, then we get a function, and we can return what from this? An effect. We will return effect dot succeed, and it's going to be a option dot none. And this should filter that out. I wonder if there's a map both, effect dot map both. Oh, fuck me up. Let's go. On failure. Throw to do, and then we want on failure, throw to do. We'll GC that for a second. And here we get a parse error, and here we get our types. Let's go chat. Let's go chat, let's go chat. Does this need to return an effect? Yeah, we'll wrap that in a, we'll do change to here. Oh my God. Change to, I can't change to the semicolon. What is happening? There we go. This will be notification type. And here we'll say if notification type is equal to expense added, or this is gonna be super annoying. It's gonna be so annoying to. We could do like a match, whatever. Do it like that. And then we'll just go to another line and we'll put this here, and this will be updated. And then we'll go to the next line, do it again. Oh, you bastard. Paste that there. This will be deleted. And then the last one will be undeleted. Undeleted. Nix that. This formatting is so good right now. I need, we will return return a effect dot succeed option dot sum of the notification type. Otherwise, we return effect.fail, option.none. And down here, we are just going to do option return effect.fail, option.none. And then after this, we're going to effect.flatten, because we have an effect inside of effect, right? Is this really only upset that oh, it's because this it's like this needs to be I don't want to use cursor because I don't want to use VS Code. I am planning on spending some time on figuring out how to reintegrate some AI into my editor, but I know for certain I hate AI suggestions that appear as um, like that's integrated with the LSP. I don't want AI integrated with my LSP. I would like to have like a chat panel over here, right? And I'd like to be able to like highlight code and then like prompt it, but I haven't put the time into figuring out what those solutions look like. I know TJ has done some research on this front, so I might like look into what he's doing. But yeah. So let's take this again. We're going to take that out, and that goes there. Let's just paste this as const underscore and get rid of this for now. And this is going to be now a effect, yeah. Throw in notifications. And I think what we want is partition or effect.filter map. And this is going to dude, some Lana Del Rey. When this came out in with the Great Gatsby, dude, this song was like the song of the summer that year. I love some Lana. Yeah, yeah, I know. There's definitely places where I can optimize my flow. But I don't like when it suggests ghost text. It like when I get code suggestions in line as ghost text, it is way too distracting for me because generally that code is not what I'm looking for unless I'm writing boilerplate. What's effect? Effect is a standard library, drop-in standard library for TypeScript. You can find more info at effect.website. I think you have an outdated mindset about ghost text. I mean, I promise you I'm not going to use cursor. I'm not leaving the terminal. Like, I'm too integrated in a terminal to use cursor. There's a world where I could use AI in NeoVim, but it's not going to be cursor. So we should get a, what do we get here? An option. It's almost like we could do like function.constant or identity. Yeah. So we really want this. We'll break this out to a new function. Part of the thing, one good thing about effect is like when you feel like something's becoming verbose, it's a good indicator that it's time to break that out into a tinier function. So we take this, we'll come down here and we'll say this is going to be const filter map notification and we'll do that. We'll go there. Or we can say
Functions
map notification
the world.
to expense ID, and we'll get the source here, and this is going to be a notification actually. Yeah. We'll come in here, and this will be actually like try map, and try will generally indicate that it's going to return like an option, right? Cheers. Maybe expense ID is going to equal yield star option dot from nullable source dot ID. Actually, this will not be, this will be the expense ID because we'll return with a expense ID, right? Because that would add a no such element exception, right? And we really want to map this to can I not map on that? Pipe, there we go. We would do an option dot map, and then we would do a can I map none? No. Actually, we don't want to yield on that. Come here, and this will be maybe. And we'll say is there anything dot if option dot is none, maybe expense ID. We're just going to return an effect dot fail of effect dot none, option dot none. In fact, we can just pass maybe expense ID, right? Because that would be an option none. Yep. Then down here, we've done our filtering there. We do this, and rather than returning notification type, we return maybe expense ID dot value, which in fact we can just do that because it's already an option. Effect dot fail none, flatten, and if we look at the return type, we should see this is not quite right. We have a effect that returns an option of some number, an effect of never. Hodl chat. This pipe needs to go one more layer out. That needs to go there. But I lost the scope. Annoying. Let's see if this works here for just a second. Notification type. What does this end up being? Option, expense added. option.never. Where are we returning option.never on its own? Really, the type we want to get to here is an effect where it is a option of a notification ID, which is a string. So we'll just say string and never, never. That's basically the type we want to get to. Const x equals that, and this is a insanely nested effect right now. So if we, let's just get rid of this pipe for now. Percent down to there, here, do this. And right now we're looking at a effect of that. Oh yeah, let's delete there. Get rid of that. And now our type is, yep, this is looking better. So we have an effect where our OK value, our success value is the notification type, or a number, which is interesting. Oh, it's because I return here, right? Yeah. We can actually save this for a later step. So this is going to be our notification type, const notification type, right? And here we get that, yep. And then we'll say we want to take this logic right here. Yeah, I think we can bring back that pipe. I think we had the same idea. I think we're just doing it at the wrong spot. So we'll do another pipe. And we'll throw in effect.mapBoth. And then we'll throw in an onSuccess. And we'll throw to do, just to make the type on failure. And we'll do the same thing. All right, so what are we seeing now? Never, never, never. That's perfect. If I do, like if I return, can I just return a number from here? Does that populate the success variant? Yeah, it does. Okay, so I don't need to wrap anything here. So this is going to be noted to y. We've returned this. We get, this should be my notification type now. Yep, so let's grab this if block. We're going to throw this in here, and we'll uncomment that. And we don't need to wrap this in an effect. We had too many levels of wrapping. And this will be notification type. And in fact, we do, instead of this, we need to do option.fromNullable. And we're going to do source.id. Yeah, there we go. That will map us to option.none. So now we should see, we get an option. Yep, never, never. Here, if I return Does this just map the error channel? It does, right? If I do as const. Yeah. So we don't really want map both. So we'll do effect dot just map. And then in map, this will be the notification type. And then we can do the same thing that this is doing right here. Yoink that, put that in there. And then instead of doing this, we're going to, inside the pipe, we're going to effect.catch, catch tag, and we're going to catch parse error. And here, we're going to return option dot none. Hopefully that flips the success channel. No such element exception. I don't want this to fail. I want to recover from this. This is the parse error. Oh, I think I just do, I see. I think I... In here, if we do effect.succeed, option dot none. I think that might be what we want. Never, never. So we can... That's a strange type there. Can I type this as a effect dot effect of an option of string? Yeah. Numbers non-assignable. Oh, right. Splitwise uses fucking numbers as... Yeah. Okay, we got to the type we wanted to. Great. That's perfect. And in fact, we can get rid of this outer gen. And we can take you and put you right here. And we'll take this pipe. Delete that pipe off of that, because that'll give us a pipeable. And then we can get rid of this. And this should give us our function. And we can annotate that just to make the types nicer. Effect dot effect, and we're going to get a option of a number. There we go. So that's how you refactor effect when it gets verbose. When it starts feeling painful, it's going to encourage you to break problems down into smaller and smaller problems. And when you do that, it will naturally guide you to simpler, smaller, self-contained, composable units of code. So now we have a function that can take a notification and we can map it to a effect that gives us a option of the number. And then up here, we can get rid of this whole block of code now. Right, we have our notifications, filter map. If we put in our notifications here, filters, maps, elements, right. We want to do, is it r dot map? And then we get notifications. And then this would take try map notification from expense. Yeah. Right, this would give us an array. Yep. And really, what we want to do is come onto here. And we want to effect.map. In fact, we can do an and then. And we can do r.map try map. What does that give us? This gives us our effects. And we can say effect.flatten. Or no, this is where we would do effect.filter map. That's basically what I want right there. So if we look at this, I'm missing a step somewhere of, yeah, that's our IDs. So I think I really want, is it effect.all? Does this take an iterable? Or does R have a map effect? Is there any function that takes an iterable? It's like effect. Is it partition? What do you take? It takes an iterable for each. I wish filter map took any iterable. You see here, this takes an iterable of anything, right? And maybe partition.
Functions describe the world.
We do want filter map. It's just annoying that filter map has to take a freaking...
Functions describe the world.
Run multiple effects. All right, let's go look at the docs. I think I'm missing something here. Yeah, you just get used to it. It's overly verbose. There's reasons that this has to happen right now. I know the effect team would love to drop having to do like effect.effect and option.option. But it comes down to like bundling and namespacing and how our module systems work. Nobody loves it, but the upside is well worth it. All right. Let's see here. Where are the effect docs? Wrong arc tab. Let's go to schema transformations, and we want to go to concurrency. Or I guess it'd be like running effects. So if we do in here effect dot all and then try map for each actually. What are you? You're an effect. Right.
Functions describe the world.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. And then we come in here and we do effect dot filter. We can just do function dot identity, right? Effect dot, and then won't that do what we're looking for? All right, what do we get here? X to here. This would be a number at this point, right? It's an option number. And if we pass X to filter map, it takes a effect. This is a list of arrays. Oh, we can just do r dot filter. Our predicate option dot is sum. Oh my god, we're getting so close. X over. This is like solving a puzzle. I love it. How's that? Doesn't this need to return? Applies a function to each element of the interval. It does need a predicate. It just needs x, which is functionally the same as doing what we were doing earlier. So we ended up at the same spot. So I was doing the right thing. Whatever, this is fine. So now we get our, this is going to be expense IDs. Get sums. Oh my God. Get sums. Amazing. Amazing. I knew I was missing something. What up, Frederico? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So now that we got the expense IDs, we can get our expenses, which will equals yield star splitwise dot get expenses. Oh, I'm gonna have to map over that, aren't I? All right, so we'll do a effect dot for each, and we'll pass in our expense IDs, and then we get a expense ID here. In fact, we can probably do splitwise dot get expense by ID, and we'll do concurrency is going to be unbounded. So we'll do this all in parallel. And we probably don't want, no, we do want for each. Yeah, we're gonna get our expenses. So let's see if this works. So let's say yield star console or effect.log expenses. Expenses, do a little /n, and then we'll do one of these guys, change around that to that. And here we'll do a little yasan.stringify expenses null 2, and we will try running this. We'll say const expenses is going to equal yield. In fact, we don't even need to assign it to anything right now. Yield star get splitwise expenses. And that should run that effect. Yep. And then we'll just run our program here. Is this in main? Yeah. All right, so we're already running it. We can move this down because this is just a helper function. In fact, we can do all of this, move this all down. I remember when I wrote this song. I wrote this song singing, sitting in the, singing at a table at Cracker Barrel in the Deep South after a church on Sunday, enjoying a stack of waffles and bacon and Sunnyside eggs. All right, let me run this. I do actually. I got my CPR certification just for that use case. First try, chat. First fucking try. That is what is beautiful about Effect. Effect gives you the same experience of writing like Rust or Go, where if it compiles and you don't get type checks, less any just like logic errors you make, it's going to work. Look at that. Look at that. Would you just look at it? That was actually like an hour and a half of coding and a freaking first try run. Fucking unreal. You know what this calls for, chat? I know exactly what this calls for. We're getting back-to-back crab braves. Get the crab braves going, chat. Are you considering using effect on front end as well? On what would it be useful for front end? I am starting to consider how I might use it on the front end. I haven't used it for a lot. I would use it in like SvelteKit. I'm using it in SvelteKit's like server actions, and I would use it in Next.js server actions. But I'm getting more bought into the idea of using it in front end as well. And the way you would want to do that is basically create a custom runtime that you can then use, like shove your runtime into a context, probably like if you're using React or even SvelteKit. And then you can get your runtime and just share it everywhere and run effects. Wait, what's broken? I don't know what's broken. What? It's working on my screen. How do I fix this? Where's Kraut when you need him? Isn't there a way to enable these? Dude, I never know how to freaking do this. I think you guys might just need the browser extension. I don't know. All I know is we got crab rave. I don't know what's happening, but I can see it. I'm happy about it. Sounds like skill issues on chat's part. I can't do anything about that. Oh, the chat thing under there. Yeah, I probably that's using like OBS's browser thing. It probably won't show up there. We'll fix that at some point. That's low priority though. All right, so we are getting our expenses. This is sick. I'm super stoked about this. We need to do it by group ID though. Get splitwise expenses by group ID.
Functions describe the world.
I wonder if we could filter notifications. Do we remember if notifications have a group ID on it? Let's open up Yak. And let's see here. YNAB, Splitwise. I want to get notifications. Send that. It doesn't. All right, so we'll have to filter at the group level. So this now becomes a function that's going to grab a group ID. This is going to be a number, and we're going to pipe that over that way. This is now a function, right? And we have our, that's not what I want. Let's see here. I think I have splitwise group ID. Yep. We'll come in here and we'll say const group ID is going to equal this yield star config dot string. Read that from our environment. Right, that needs to be yanks around it and then boom, boom, boom. This will be our group ID. Oh, that's not a string. We'll fix that in a second. This is a number. There we go. And then down here, we want to do another filter, right? We're gonna come here. Oh no, the music stopped. The silence is deafening. I missed a bunch of follows when I was in the zone. Let me catch up on follows here. Thank you, DHDH. Uli V, Rebels1, Roland, Gluharski, if you all are still around. Acetone Black. Chummy's probably not here. Thank you guys for all the new follows. I super appreciate y'all choosing to hang out and spend your time here. Except for unders. Effect, and then we'll say r.filter. And we'll write a function to filter this. We're going to get our, this is going to be a, oh, these are our expense IDs. We can't do that here. We need the expenses. So we'll pipe this. And we'll do a, what do we get here? We get a effect where it's a array of those. So I think we can do a effect.filter. And our predicate is going to be let's just say true. Can we do this? Is this how this works? So we need to effect.succeed true. We can do a effect.end then, probably. Maybe. Get away with that? No. So this will be effect. All right, so in here we will probably get an expense, right? This will be each of our expenses. Or is it all of them? Is this the array? Oh, it is the array. It's a, how do we want to do this? Let's not pipe. Let's not pipe. I think this can take a optional parameter. If I remember correctly, like go to the client. This comes from wrap splitwise client. Our wrap splitwise client. If we look at client.get expenses by ID, if we go to definition, I might have Yeah, we did wrap these. So I think there's some options here that this can take. I thought we could filter on this endpoint by group ID. He tells me he won't deploy any fixes if I don't watch his stream. Filters for effective filtering array should be enough. Yeah. All right. We might be able to use their API for filtering, though, is what I'm thinking. Like, I thought I could potentially give this a group ID. And this would be, let's just say this. Well, this is getting it directly by ID. Can I get expenses? Is there a bulk? Get expenses. We could get expenses. That's not quite what I want. Okay, no, this isn't gonna work. Disregard. I was wrong, as usual, unsurprisingly. Okay, so that should filter us down there. So let's just say we'll make another one and we'll say try map, or we'll say filter expense by group ID function. I'm being so inconsistent here. This will be an expense, which is an expense. And this is going to just copy this right here. And we'll do that, break that down. I guess this needs to do something like we'll query a function here. This will be group ID. That'll be a number. All right. And then here we can come in here, we can change that, and we can do filter expenses by group ID, pass it our group ID that's passed in up there. There we go. Now we have just our expenses for the group that unders and I are in. Here's the prancing pony. Yep, great. That filtered out all my transactions with Justine. And get expenses by ID is working. Option.list predicate can be used for creating options from a predicate / refinement. So what? That would be option.lift predicate. Lifts a predicate refinement into the option context. Although this is kind of a, it's not quite the same because I am mapping, I guess. Filter map. Bam. I guess we could do something technically like it should work as it is, just remove the boilerplate. Option dot lift predicate and the predicate is but now this is I guess I'm not really mapping, huh? It's just filtering. Right? I guess it's like kind of just passing through. I joined late. Do both of these apps have webhooks? No, neither of these APIs have webhooks, unfortunately, which is incredibly annoying, which is why I think I might try to build a competitor to Splitwise. And then I would offer, like, I would undercut them significantly and then like use that as a natural funnel in the budget sync. You can simplify passing expense as the first parameter. Wait, wait. Like this? Yeah. I'm going to be running this script on a cron job to start. Okay. So we've got that. We've got the expenses. Do our expenses have... Ooh. We should partition these into added, updated, and deleted. Or we should just process them sequentially. Because that's the biggest problem with the current script, chat, is in the current script, I have really, it's not complicated logic, but I would say faulty logic for handling updates, deletes, and undeletes on the splitwise side. If you look in here, that's one of the biggest problems here is that I split these into new expenses, updated expenses, and deleted expenses. And my logic for determining which is incorrect on the updated and deleted side often. And that causes, it's just a pain in the ass. So what I'm thinking is that we process each sequentially, not sequentially, but like rather than dealing with this big list of notifications, like what we're doing right now is we're getting notifications for the entire list of notifications. We're mapping them to expense IDs. Then for all of the expense IDs, I mean, we're actually kind of doing it concurrent now that I think about that. Like if I added here unbounded, it's kind of doing what I'm looking for. We do need a way. We need like, here's like what the call tree should look like, right? Should be like get notifications. Notifications. And then down the tree, we have no, I'm just gonna do this. I generally always just write my own OAuth flows. OAuth is something I really enjoy writing, and that's actually like when I learn a new framework or language, doing the OAuth flow with the Spotify API is how I learn. Which like you can see that in here. If we go look at like even here way back in my OCaml days. Oh, this is Gleam. How far did I get on this? I was doing this with Gleam. I don't know if I have it pulled. I don't. But that's how I learned OCaml. That's how I learned. I did that with Effect Twitch integrations. You'll see this get Spotify access token. This is me doing the OAuth flow right here. I do want to. Better Auth is what I think I'm going to migrate to or start using instead of Lucia, since Lucia is a archive project now. But this is how I do the OAuth flow. And then I have a little server that I spun up, redirect server, and this just sits and listens. You know, for this being the first effect code I ever wrote, it wasn't that bad. And this was a really clever use of deferred. So one thing we need to do as we're processing notifications, this try map, we need to maintain, we need to return an object that's more like expense ID would be that, and the notification or expense type we can just put type on there. And this is going to return a slightly different structure now. This will be a expense ID will be a number. Oh, I need to, this isn't quite right. I see a bug, but we'll fix this in a second. Notification type. In fact, we can make this expense
Functions describe
added
the world.
or expense updated. So my friends come home for Christmas and down here, this needs to be, I had this right, we just got to do this. This will be source.id, and then we'll just map this. And we'll do .pipe option.map, and we'll get the ID, this will be an expense ID. And then we'll map this to the object. And this will be expense ID, and then type. And it's upset. Version of you and I not have and I not lose and there we go. So now we get this object back where we can keep the we can track that information with us. Thank you for the follow, aka Spy. Maybe a stream. Stream could work. In the schema, if they're typed as schema.layer, you have the literals. I do have that. That's nice. I didn't know that was a thing I had. But I'm not sure if that helps me here. Because I'm picking. I mean, I could make a schema here, right? Like I could use schema to transform this. Like we could have like a subtype that's like, we could have a schema that's like expense notification type from number, right? But I don't feel like writing that. This is fine for now. How do you usually deploy things like this that run on a cron job? I'll probably just deploy it to Vercel, and it'll be a like Next.js function that gets called by like the cron feature. So now we get, I don't even know what to call this structure. Descriptors. Yeah, this is how, now we have to figure out what we want to do from here. So we have these expense descriptors. So we should take that and then we should process, right? So let's write another function here, and we'll just say like,
Winnie, come here.
no, we're not doing that.
I was gonna do it right here.
Okay. 1 second, chat. I need to help take care of Winnie for just a second. You want to entice her with the piece of cheese?
I mean, she'll come in here. I'll give her the cheese as a reward.
Oh, goodness. The tooth of February. That's my birthday. The tooth of February. Good morning, Miss Winnie. Oh, you're wet. Must be raining outside.
Oh, it's pouring outside.
Chat, we have to give Winnie some medicine for her skin, so I am going to take care of that real quick. All right, we're back. Winnie has some skin issues going on. All right. So when I want to refactor some of this and get a little bit organized. I hate using arrow functions. I don't hate it, but I prefer normal functions. What? What? Oh, I forgot to check that this morning.
Yeah, I know you did.
There we go. So we want to write a function that is, I don't know, process. Is that even how you spell process? Yeah. Process expense descriptor. Process expense. I don't know, sync expense.
Okay.
Right. Or do we want to filter first?
Can I ask a favor?
What?
Your thing later is in person, right?
Yeah, why?
Can you just stop and pick me up a dozen roses?
Maybe, because I have to drive the whole way to Durham, and I'm time boxed by meetings on both sides of the appointment.
Rough. Okay, that's fine.
Let's call this a just an expense descriptor. Could you boot out Belka and shut my door, please, Justine?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I had to show you.
Winnie and me both. Can you give me the meds as well? I don't think you want those meds, Anders.
No, Anders, trust. Look.
Nice. Jello shots. Secured. All right. All right. So let's come up here, and I wonder if we want to. We probably do want to filter first, right? Can I pick from notification type expense?
Functions describe
Is that
the
gonna work?
world.
No, it doesn't work. Is it extract? Can I do this? Fuck, I can't. Okay. See, Federico, is EffectTS giving you a lot of these types out of the box? Partially. EffectTS has really good inference once you have types in the system. And it's very good at doing inference. Like, it's better than just playing TypeScript inference. It's going to give you like a similar experience to like, you know, like TRPC and stuff like that. So we really want a function that is like get Splitwise expenses. Didn't we already write that? It gets a group ID. That's what we're looking at. Right. We need the singular version of this. Right? Get expense by ID. We could do paste that there, that turns to capital. Try map notification to expense descriptor. Right, and this is going to need to take a group ID, which will be a number, and then we'll come down here and we'll return this, and we'll take this function, and we'll take that, we'll move that right there, and we'll update our expense descriptor to have a group ID on it. Right? Now, this will have our group ID. And we'll yoink you, and we'll come up here, and we'll put you in there, and we'll pass in our group ID. There we go. You know what? We're going to just rename this. That's very wordy. Try to expense descriptor. Descriptor. sure. There we go. That's better. All right, so we have an array of these descriptors, which has an expense ID, a group ID, and the type. I'm wondering if it might be useful. No, because we have to fetch the. Yeah. By get splitwise expense by, this is going to be descriptor. This will be expense descriptor. Splitwise expense descriptor. And in here, we can use some of our logic. Return effect.gen function star boom 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 boom, and we'll do const splitwise is equal to yield star, pull that from our context, and then we can do const expense is equal to yield star splitwise dot get expense by ID, and this will be, let's just change this to the descriptor. That should give us our expense, right? Yep. And then we want to say, what did we do down here? We filtered. So we'll just return that right now. We'll return object.assign the descriptor, and we'll do expense.
Functions describe the world.
So then we have this new type that's going to be like type splitwise expense. In fact, no, we don't. We need type splitwise expense with type, with notification type. And it's going to be, let's get our unify intersection, and this is going to be a splitwise expense. How are you going to do splitwise expense? So just expense. Yep. And we'll get our and we'll get, we'll map it to notification type, and this will be expense notification type. And then we get this nice type that should have a notification type on it somewhere on here. It's a giant chunky object. Right at the bottom. Yep, right there, that is. So we're gonna return this from here. So this will be an effect dot effect splitwise expense with notification type. So we can start operating. Really, this can become expense, and we'll just assign notification type to descriptor.type. And the errors that can happen here are splitwise client error, let me update lazy here, see if that helps anything. And it has a requirement on splitwise. So for anyone that's new to Effect, one thing that's beautiful about this, even though it's a little bit verbose, is by looking at this return type here, you can learn everything you need to know about what this code does, right? At just a glance of the type signature. Even if we look at this, right? This function is a function that takes a splitwise effect descriptor, and it's going to return an effect that will succeed with a splitwise expense with notification type. It can produce either, if it fails, it will fail with either a splitwise client error or a parse error, and no other errors, guaranteed. And it has a requirement or a dependency it needs to run on our splitwise client. So looking at this tells you everything you need to know about what this function does. The implementation details aren't important at all, right? You can just look at this type and be like, oh, I get it. This is going to give me this type. It can fail in these ways. And if I want to run the effect, I need to provide it a splitwise client. So let's map that. Right. We can come in here now and we can comment this out, and we can get rid of this pipe for now because we're doing our filtering naturally. Oh no, we're not yet. I forgot to filter, right? We have the descriptor, and we will say if expense dot group ID is equal to, or we can use our predicate thing, right? I don't even know what to call this function, but this is basically the same thing we need. And what does this want? Oh, this needs a group ID. Why can't it infer that? EffectTS seems like an overkill for anything. I completely disagree because TypeScript is deceivingly hard to write resilient software in. And the most valuable thing Effect does is forces you to consider the unhappy path and handle every single error that can occur in your software. Yeah, too long didn't read is JavaScript and TypeScript and JavaScript devs are insanely bad at error handling and dependency injection, and we create slop because of it, and the language guides us to doing that. And even the best devs in the world at writing JavaScript are not immune from doing this.
Functions describe the world.
Let's see here. So this is not, I'll just say, two option, whatever, it's fine. Why is that unknown? Oh, because this is, we need to type this. Here we go. But we want to call this function. We're basically saying filter on group ID. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. But would you use in a production level stuff? I mean, for real production? I do use it for real production. You want to see what effect is powering, DDoc? I will show you exactly what effect is powering in production. Here you go. Powered by effect. CSSsucks.com is available. That's hilarious. So I am using Effect in production, and it has drastically improved the quality and reliability of the services I maintain because it forces me to deal with every single error that can occur. And it makes me choose, should this error crash? Should I recover from this error? Can I just discard this error? it gives me tracing and telemetry out of the box. So like if you were to look at Axiom, right? This is a effect service I have running for another client. So if we look at, I don't know, let me see if I can find a good trace here. If we look at job queue and then like look at one of these traces, all of this is traced with effect out of the box for free. Getting good observability set up in TypeScript is insanely hard. So we often don't do it correctly. And with effect, you get it for free out of the box. There's a lot of things that it it makes the hardest parts about TypeScript and Node easy, and it guides you to doing it. So and because it guides you to doing it, it's not a chore to do it. And in that way, it makes more resilient software. And like I'll 100% like agree any day that like effect is verbose, and there's a lot of APIs to learn, but like there's really like 3 things you need to learn to be productive: patterns or types, and then you just build on top of that. And in exchange, you get an experience similar to authoring Go, Rust, or a Camel, where if your code compiles, it's going to run how you expect it to run, less any obvious, like you can still make logic bugs, but that's where it's insanely valuable. It makes testing easy. You get dependency injection. Yeah. So I am a huge advocate of effect. Okay, so now we can fetch these, and we can get rid of this there, and this will be get splitwise expense by descriptor, right? And we should get this thing back. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, Neil Pointer. You're 100% right. In fact, we're going to do the same thing here, where we pipe and we say effect dot, and then we're going to get our sums, and that will filter out. Yeah, so now we have all of our expenses that are for our group, and we have them by the notification type. So theoretically, we should be able to, let's just like brute force this quick. In fact, let's filter this to, let's filter this to just created expenses and see if we can just add them to YNAB, and that would be a good wrap-up point for the day, right? Yeah, you're fine. So we now have this, so we'll write, we'll say we get a expense, and we'll say this will be a splitwise expense with notification type. We'll come in here, return effect.gen. So we get into a context of using effect, and let's get our YNAB client. YNAB equals yield star YNAB. So now we have our YNAB client, and we can essentially, I think we can probably copy our logic from the old script on how I map this over. Acid. Sync. Where's created? New expenses. We map to a. So that's really all I have to do, huh? Wait, what? What does this thing take? Create transaction params. Budget ID, data. It really takes a tuple?
Functions describe the world.
Oh, no, not a tuple. It takes a budget ID. Okay, we can do that. We can handle this. So let's just grab, we're gonna go up here. We're just gonna grab this for now, just to brute force through this. Like, we're gonna clean this all up and separate it out. But we're just getting the core logic in place here. So we'll get our budget ID, and then this is going to, what do you take? Our budget ID, and now it takes data, which transactions. Oh, we can do one. Haha, sick. We need an account ID, an amount. Let's go copy this code for sense to round. Where does round come from? All right, sense to milliunits. We'll just copy this for now. Put that in there, and we'll grab round. I think if I recall, this came straight from the YNAB docs. I don't remember where this comes to. I just know it works. So we'll take sense to milliunits, and we'll get expense dot. I need to filter this on the user, but this is going to be in the perspective of me. Let me look at this data real quick. Let's see here. Get expense information. I paid 120. I get that back. So that should log a transaction for 24, right? Or no? I'm gonna delete this expense for now. No, we should be able to handle that. Paid share, owed share. It's really owed share is what I want. Yeah, that's the value we want. All right, we're gonna brute force this. This is gonna be gross for a second, but I just wanna get this writing to YNAB to see if it can work. Users, and that has an array, and we'll just do const share equal expense dot users dot find user dot user ID is equal to my user ID, which is what did I say that was? That's me. Yeah, we're just gonna brute force this. And then we want, this is actually gonna be, what did we say it was? Own share, yeah. Const user, right? That gives us our user. And then we have user.owed. Or what is this? Change around this. User.owed share. Yeah, so that's what that will be. User.owed share. Sense, is that in sense? That's not in sense, is it? That's in we got 4 minutes. This is just my Spotify DJ 24. So we have to multiply that by 100, right? Transaction amount, okay. And then in here, do I still have the other one open? Yeah, date. Yeah, we'll do this. All right, that should maybe work. Yield star, sync expense. And then the last thing we can do here to test this is we have our expenses, and they'll basically do the same thing, right? We'll do yield star effect dot for each, and we'll grab expenses, and then we'll do sync expense, and we'll give this a concurrency of unbounded. We don't have any tracing set up, So I don't know how this is gonna work. Const, I don't know, results is that. And we'll do this. And we'll just say this is results. This would be a miracle if this just worked. All right, so if this works, chat, what I would expect to see is, oh, I need the account ID here.
Functions describe
Splitwise
the
account. I need the account
world.
ID for this guy. Let me go grab that quick. YNAB API endpoints. Account ID. Yoink. Oh, that's checking. That's not the one we want. Shit. Budget. Scheduled transactions paid. Blah, blah, blah. Accounts. Account list. Go. I'm unauthorized. Oh, headers. Bearer. API token. Send. Not found. Budget ID. God damn it. Budget ID. Go. Haha. Checking. Splitwise. There's the account ID. Yoink that. Minimize this. And where we create that transaction, this is going to have an account ID, and that's going to be that value. All right, very much hard-coded, but it might work. Are you ready? Do we feel faithful? Confident? Bun, run, main. All right, we hit an error. We got a splitwise client error, and that happened because of, I wonder, I don't have permission to do that. My API key must be wrong. Let me check one thing real quick. Gonna blur my screen quick. Did I actually blur? Yeah, I did. Seems fine. Huh. Something's messed up with my API key. Well, we will fix that tomorrow. We're very, very close to having this working, at least in a basic form. Invalid API. You do not have permission to perform that action. I find that suspicious. Wait, did this actually filter that? Oh, no, it didn't. One second, chat. Managing API keys here. Oh, I might have the old API key. All right, that all seems fine. All right, last shot here. We should add some logging and telemetry tomorrow. Yeah. Invalid API request. I wonder why. Because I thought we had that working earlier, right? Let's not get headers. Seems fine. In fact, these might just already append content type. I mean, we can try one other thing. I don't think that's the issue, though. I really don't think that's the issue. It's got to be failing in this. And when we do this, it's failing. For some reason. So we're definitely doing retries with exponential backoffs. And we get, yeah, I don't see an obvious thing that's going wrong here. All right, we'll debug this tomorrow, chat. But we are close to, we should probably be able to get the entire sync flow down tomorrow, and then on Friday, clean up, and then I'll have a working script again. Whip on sync, git push. All right, let's find somebody to raid, shall we? Thank you everyone for Nut Shad. Nut Shad CN. That's what he shall be known as from here forward. All right, let's raid Christoph. Chair stream. All right, chat. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Super appreciate y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.